Hush now, little one. Settle into your cozy bed and let the world outside just drift away. The day is done, its noises have quieted, and the night has unfurled its deep velvet blanket, dotted with the softest, sleepiest stars. I am the Dreamkeeper, and I am here to sit with you, to whisper a tale that will carry you gently into the land of dreams. Tonight, we travel to a place tucked away from all worries, a quiet corner of the world called the Whisperwood. And in the Whisperwood, the trees are so ancient and kind that their branches droop with the weight of soft, gray-green moss, and their leaves rustle with secrets as old as the moon. Time here doesn't march forward in a straight line. It meanders like a slow, sleepy river. It is a place where the air itself feels like a soft sigh, and everything is painted in the gentle colors of twilight, soft lavender, deep, gentle blue, and the peachy blush of a sun long since set. And in the heart of this peaceful wood, nestled in the cozy hollow of a giant, slumbering willow tree, lives a very special little creature. His name is Pip. Pip is a red panda, with fur the color of warm cinnamon and a long, wonderfully fluffy, ringed tail that he often uses as his own personal pillow. Pip is a very sleepy soul. He doesn't wake with the bright, loud sun. Oh no. He stirs and stretches and blinks his big, dark eyes open only when the very first, shyest star appears in the sky. And for Pip is not just any red panda. He is a tender, a keeper, a guardian of something very magical. Just outside his willow hollow is his garden, but it is not a garden of bright, sunny flowers or crunchy vegetables. Pip's garden is a place of profound quiet and gentle light. It is the Starmoss garden. And imagine a clearing, sheltered by the drooping branches of the willow. The ground is not covered in grass, but in a thick, springy carpet of the most wondrous moss you have ever seen. By day, it looks like simple, deep green velvet. But as the sky darkens and the stars begin to prick through the deep blue canopy, the moss begins to awaken. A soft, internal glow, a gentle luminescence, begins to pulse from deep within its feathery fronds. It is said that each tiny strand of moss has, over 1,000 silent years, caught a fallen glimmer of starlight. The garden doesn't shine brightly, it breathes light. A soft, milky gold here, a gentle sapphire blue there, and in some places, a pale, dreamy amethyst. The air above it hums with a quiet, magical energy, and it smells of cool night air, damp earth, and something sweet and otherworldly, like moonbeams and forgotten dreams. N. Pip's work, his purpose, is very simple and very gentle. As the sky deepens from lavender to indigo, he pads out of his hollow. His soft paws make no sound on the forest floor. He moves with a slow, careful grace, his fluffy tail swishing softly behind him. He arrives at the edge of his glowing garden and takes a deep, peaceful breath. And he doesn't use tools. His paws are all he needs. He will find a little patch where a stray autumn leaf has fallen, and he will gently, so very gently, whisk it away. He will find a spot that looks a little dim, and he will pat it softly, fluffing up the moss as if it were a pillow, until its inner light brightens and joins the gentle chorus of glows. He moves through the garden like a slow, peaceful dance, his cinnamon fur a warm shadow against the cool, luminous ground. He is listening, not with his ears, but with his whole being. He is listening for the quiet hum of the starlight held within the moss. Na's the moon, a sliver of polished silver, climbs higher in the sky. They begin to arrive. They come not in a great flock, but one by one, like musical notes appearing on a silent page. They are the lullaby weavers. And they are hummingbirds, but not like any you might see in a sunlit garden. These are creatures of the deep twilight. Their tiny bodies are iridescent, shimmering with the colors of the starmoss below. Their wings are not a blur of motion, but a slow, graceful sweep. So fine and delicate they look, as if they were spun from moonlight itself. They do not buzz or chirp. They hum, and it is a sound that is almost not a sound. It is more of a feeling, a vibration that you would feel in your chest, a deep, soothing thrum that speaks of ancient peace. They are drawn to the starmoss garden, for the light of the moss is their nectar, and their humming is what unlocks its deepest magic. Pip sits very still at the edge of the garden as the first lullaby weaver arrives. It hovers over a patch of golden glowing moss, its moon-spun wings barely stirring the air. It dips its long, slender beak not into a flower, but into the light itself, and as it does, it begins to hum its soft, low note. And a wonderful thing happens. And the light from the moss responds. It brightens, and a visible, shimmering wave of golden light detaches from the moss and begins to float upwards, like a soap bubble made of pure peace. This is a lullaby. It is not a song of words, but a song of feeling, a feeling of safety, of warmth, of being tucked in so very tightly and lovingly. And another lullaby weaver arrives, this one drawn to a patch of sapphire moss. It hums a slightly different note, a little deeper, a little slower. A wave of soft blue light rises to meet it, carrying with it the feeling of a deep, calm ocean, of floating gently in a place where no worries can ever reach you. And soon, a half dozen of the magical birds are hovering over the garden, each humming its own unique, sleepy note, and the air fills with these beautiful, silent songs made visible. Waves of gold and blue and soft purple light lift from the starmoss, mingling and dancing together in the air. They float up past Pip's sleepy eyes, above the drooping willow branches, and begin to drift out into the Whisperwood. And these are the lullabies that put the forest to sleep. A soft, golden wave might drift into the burrow of a family of rabbits, and they would all sigh in their sleep, dreaming of warm sunshine on their fur. A blue wave might settle over the nest of a mother owl, calming her fierce heart and letting her rest deeply. The lullabies float on the gentle night breeze, carrying their gift of perfect peace to every creature, big and small. And this is the secret of the Whisperwood. The knowledge of sleep and peace isn't written down. It is woven each night from starlight and humming, tended by a gentle red panda. It is a living, breathing magic. And tonight, as Pip watched the beautiful, silent symphony of light, something different happened. From the very highest point in the dark sky, a single point of light detached itself from a star. It wasn't a shooting star, fast and fleeting. It was a slow, deliberate drift, a single, perfect star petal, spinning gently as it fell through the calm air. And it floated down, a fleck of pure, concentrated silver, and Pip, with a soft gasp of wonder, held out his paws. He didn't have to move. The star petal seemed to know where it was going, and it landed with no weight at all in the soft fur of his cupped paws. It wasn't hot or cold. It felt like a possibility. It pulsed with a gentle, silver light, and inside it, Pip could feel a tiny, silent dream. It was a dream of a river that flowed not with water, but with liquid moonlight, carrying little boats made of folded leaves. And Pip knew, with a certainty that came from his heart, that this was a special gift from the sky. He padded carefully to the very center of his garden, to a spot where the moss was the deepest and softest. He knelt, and with the utmost reverence, he placed the glowing star petal right in the middle of the moss. And the moment it touched, a new kind of light spread through the garden, a pure, gentle silver-white light that pulsed outwards from the center like a slow, soft heartbeat. It didn't replace the golds and blues, but wove between them, making them all shine a little softer, a little more peacefully. The moss drank in the dream from the petal, and the whole garden seemed to sigh with contentment. And the lullaby weavers noticed immediately. Their humming faltered for just a moment, and then, all together, they shifted their song. The humming became even slower, even softer, now laced with a thread of pure silver. The waves of light that rose from the moss were now streaked with this new, gentle silver, and they carried with them a new feeling, the feeling of absolute, unbreakable safety, a promise that the dawn would come, but not too soon, a promise that the night would hold you and keep you until you were ready to wake. Pip felt the new lullaby wash over him, and a great sleepiness, deeper and more peaceful than any he had felt before, began to settle into his bones. His eyelids felt heavy, like they were lined with soft velvet. He watched the beautiful, shimmering lights float away, knowing they were carrying this new, more powerful peace out into the sleeping world. He found a particularly soft and springy patch of moss, one that glowed with a warm, peachy light. He didn't need to go back to his hollow tonight. The garden itself was his bed. He tucked his nose under his big, fluffy tail, which he wrapped around himself like the coziest of blankets. The humming of the lullaby weavers was growing softer now, fading into the background hum of the night. The glow of the Starmoss was no longer a bright pulse, but a slow, gentle breath of light, in and out, in and out. And the air was cool on his fur, but the light from the moss below him was so very warm. He could feel the gentle vibrations of the garden's sleepy heartbeat beneath him. He was floating, not in water, not in the air, but in a perfect sea of peace. The lights of the lullabies danced behind his closed eyelids, a soft swirl of gold and blue and gentle, gentle silver. And now, little one, you can feel it too. Feel the soft, glowing moss beneath you, warm and safe. Hear the distant, gentle hum of the lullaby weavers, a sound so soft it is almost a memory. See the gentle waves of light, the color of peace, drifting around you, wrapping you in a blanket of calm. You are in the Starmoss garden now, and it is time to sleep. And let your body feel heavy and warm. Let your breathing slow down, soft and easy, like the pulsing of the moss